Hi, this is Jack Parry, and you're listening to episode 69 of the Who's on Top podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 69 of the Who's on Top podcast. And today, as you can see, we have a very special guest. And with the man missing a few teeth, Jack Parry. On top of that, after that, we have the regulars. Let's get introducing with the baseball boys who all went to a Red Sox-Yankees game. That was a very balanced game from what I've heard. We have the Russian machine who tried a mid part, but we'll let him say how that goes. Alex Gordon.
What's up, guys?
Next, we have the Tom Brady disciple who's been absolutely salivating recently after Tom Brady's recent appearance on, well, I guess you'd say the presidency.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Get her going.
And then lastly, as always, we have the Frisbee captain, the absolute Twitter mania man, Jacob Kasdan.
What's up, guys? Let's talk some sports.
And now to get us started, as always, oh, and by the way, today is July 21st, 2021, and we are going to get started with some...
Hey, Jeremy, you're the host. You got to mention your name. What's your name, man?
Yes. No, I'm the host. I'm going Ori style. I don't have to mention my name. I am Jeremy Giles, and we're going right into the tip-off. First, Dan, would you like to explain what happened in this game this Sunday?
Yeah, so I went out of my way to buy tickets for everybody, front row seats, practically could touch the players. And, Red
You really
Sox.
spent your fortune on us, Fox. Thank you for blowing
Yeah,
money
I
on
really
me.
do. I really broke the bank. Spent
$27 tickets.
That's 2,700 Kasdans. And look, was it the result I was looking for? Absolutely not. Red Sox got plastered. I don't think there's one moment of the game I enjoyed.
You had fun. Come on.
I had Jacob 500 feet away thinking he can make all the calls when you couldn't even see.
Dude, I was right every
You
time.
couldn't see what base we were looking at. And then I had Ellis in my other ear every time a plane or bird flew by saying Alex Cora was somehow involved or running it, and also calling Rafael Devers a pedophile, which I don't know about that. But you know what? I was glad to go out with the boys. Yeah, Zoe, if you're listening, you're one of the boys. And it was not the worst. I had tendies, so like it could be worse. The fries and no salt. So Yankee Stadium, pick it up now.
And you got your Garrett Cole cup.
Got my Garrett Cole cup.
Thanks for a lot of pine tar and spider tack inside.
Yeah, because that's the only way Garrett Cole could win
Alice,
baseball games.
Fox, you're
Yeah.
such an idiot.
Getting that spin rate up.
Dude, his last two games have literally both been complete games, so shut your fucking stupid mouth.
Hey,
Okay, nice.
if it works, it works. There's nothing wrong with something that works.
Let's move on to this week in baseball. So let's see, we last left off on Wednesday, which was the day after the All-Star game. On Thursday, a game got postponed, a game Jeremy.
A game I was supposed to go to, I might add.
And I saved the day, although it probably would have been funny to see Jeremy running around New York
That
City.
is true.
without-
I really think if Dan texted me like an hour before we left that the game was canceled. If not, I really think my family was we were ready to
Yeah,
just
I
start
said,
getting
hey,
in the car, start
I
driving
said,
to
hey,
the
don't
game.
go to that.
We're just gone there. God, it just needs to be.
Yeah, so we got Aaron Judge on the COVID IL, Gio Urshela on the COVID IL.
Loizaga,
Lasagna. They still have Latuge out there, still
Lucas
starting
Licky.
corners, starting corners and shoving. And yeah, but the Yankees still took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox with all-stars like Ryan Lamar, Greg Allen. They called up Estevan.
Dude, Greg Allen is ridiculous.
Yeah, so still a couple weeks towards the trade deadline. Nothing really happening. Things have sort of been pushed back or delayed with the draft going on. I think all eyes are really on the Cubs to see if they sell. They already got rid of Jock Peterson, and they have a lot of big names with expiring contracts: Kimbrel, Rizzo, Bryant, Baez. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But baseball took a back seat this week, which we haven't really seen in the middle of July, but that's because the NBA Finals wrapped up. Ellis and Jack, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, those Milwaukee Bucks got it done in Game 6, beating the Phoenix Suns to win the NBA Finals. And I just want to say off the top, as soon as the series started, I predicted Bucks in 6, and they went down 2-0. My friends were laughing at me, and I stood firm in my prediction. I knew that somehow, some way, that man Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to get his size up and dominate. And what did he do in Game 6? Put up a 50 burger, put up 16 out of 17 free throws, and they had a bar in Milwaukee that was giving out free shots for every free throw he made, and I bet they went out of business last night. So that's kind of great. But yeah, dominant performance by the Bucks really showed to me why Drew Holiday is considered one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's shown throughout this whole series his ability to just lock down one of the two Phoenix powerhouses, whether it be Paul or Booker. If he's on them, they're not scoring. It's pretty evident. And they tried something I noticed in the whole series, always tried to switch Pat Connaughton every play, the Phoenix Suns, onto either Paul or Booker so they could score, knowing he was a defensive liability. And yeah, I think that Giannis dominated his size, strength, and agility. He doesn't even need to shoot, which is quite ridiculous. And yeah, he knew the free throws were going to be a factor, as they always are in every game in this playoffs for him. So he said, let me roll up my sleeves and get it done. That's what he did.
Yeah, and just to add on to Jack real quick, your star players always come out in the clutch. And not to discredit CP3, Booker, or Aiton, but I mean, Giannis and Middleton in the fourth quarter were lights out, and Giannis in Game 6, as Jack said, 50 points. And despite everyone making fun of him for his free throws and his 3-point shooting, he got it. He got what he needed to be done, and he trusted Middleton to make the clutch shots in Games 4, I believe, and 5. So I mean that's what stars do. The winner of the NBA Finals, they showed out. They played in the clutch and they deserve it. And I love Giannis. And the Giannis NBA Finals win means more Giannis content for. He went to Chick-fil-A today with the trophy because of course he did. And so we love to see it. So no complaints here. A little sad for CP3 though.
Yeah, something else I want to say too. My man Bobby Portis getting some recognition on a
Leave New York and
national
becomes
stage.
amazing.
Yeah, and he had his speech. They asked him. They said, "How do you get to this point?" Blah, 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 the normal questions, and he said, "Well, last year my team didn't get a chance to go to the bubble, and I'm sitting here as a New York Knicks fan thinking, oh my God, that was us, because Bobby Portis showed out for us last year, and I knew he would go on and get a contract somewhere, but going to a contender like the Bucks, being under Giannis." And knowing that sometime he would have to step up and make a play. And then Giannis went out last series and he had to come in for him. And he played lights out. Last night, I think he had 18 points, played very well. And he did what he was needed. The city loves him. They sounded like they were chanting Bobby in the arena last night. They were enamored by him. I just want to give him his props.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is just after seeing all the criticism of Giannis the past few years and his finishing, I feel like it's such a good thing to see. And can I just say, especially Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, I doubted them on the big three, that they were big three. I was so wrong. Chris Middleton made so many clutch shots. Drew Holiday shut down basically really whoever they put him on. And with that, well, the NBA Finals is amazing. I love the Olympics. The Olympics may be my favorite sports event ever, and this is coming up. So I just want to give a little bit of shout out in the end of our tip off to some of the Olympic storylines coming in. First, I feel like you got to mention kind of COVID, how unfortunately for the U.S., Coco Golf had COVID, so we won't get to see her compete. Very unfortunate. But kind of going in, I just want to highlight some of the big things that we're seeing coming up. Simone Biles has a chance that if she wins 4 medals of any kind of 4 medals of any color, she'll become the most decorated gymnast in really in gym history, basically. And I think she's undefeated at this point, so that's very likely. So that's being insane. Katie Ledecky has been absolutely dominating, as U.S. swimming always does. But she's been winning not only by like a little bit, like you see in swimming, but by like whole pool lengths. So just see how much she'll win by. Of course, I think you have to mention the U.S. men's basketball team. How we somehow, after everything, after how dominant we've been in losing like 2 games in what was it, 20 years, 30 years, we lost 2 games in a week. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't know how we're managing to do that, but yeah, we better
They
win.
got reinforcements coming.
I swear, if we don't win in U.S. men's
Yeah,
basketball,
JaVale McGee's coming.
that's the one
Julius,
that
Bronson
Julius
over-
Randle snubbed.
Magic
Yeah.
Bronson alert.
I swear. I'm just hoping we win that. And to me, as a fencer, I feel like I got to highlight the fencing a little bit. I got to highlight my man, Eli Dershowitz, the world number 3 in men's saber right now, world number 1 a year or 2 ago. This man, he's a young fencer coming up, incredibly fast, one of the fastest fencers you will see. I think he's definitely a contender for the gold medal. This year, so in fencing, it rotates for team events between men and women. This year's the men's team. So our men's U.S. foil team is insane this year with the numbers 2, 4, and 5, with U.S. foil led by the insane couple of Garrick Meinhardt, who's number 2 in the world, and then his wife, Lee Kiefer, who's number 5 in the world in women's foil. So they're just seeing both of them compete can be amazing. And yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Something
And-
quickly I wanted to say about the Coco Gauff being out for this Olympics. I think she's impressed in the last few majors. She's had a lot of opportunities recently, and she's only 17 years old, and she's been just killing it. And I know she hasn't gotten to that final yet or that semifinal even. And I think it's really unfortunate because her and Osaka, this Olympics was a big chance to get their names out there on a national stage, even though I already think they are. But yeah, it's a real shame Coco Gauff is out. I think she could have made some noise.
Yeah, they'll be back. They're neither of them are old. They're like 23 and 17 respectively. They're not going anywhere. At least I'm not saying that doesn't suck that they're not here, but especially for Coco Gauff. If she's this good at 17, at 21 she might be winning that gold. You never know. And yeah, so I think that wraps up our Olympic segment. Next, I know Dan, you've been having some trouble with an old enemy. Let's say.
buddy,
I'll
let
leave
me
you
tell
to it.
Trouble is an understatement. Trouble is like Ellis trying to defend my post moves. That kind of trouble. This is a catastrophe of monumental proportions. I'm talking about the scam that is PSEG, who claim that they're out here. They serve the people. Yeah, what people are we talking about? Okay, every week at the worst possible time, right when I get home from work, right when I'm about to hop on a podcast, right when I'm about to write an email, power cut. It's just too frequent, too well timed not to be a coincidence. It's a travesty. I let PSEG every time I pass their truck, I let them hear my wrath, but they still haven't learned. So, look, we all know they cut people's power. I mean, I don't have to sugarcoat it. It's what they do. It's the name of the brand. But at the end of the day, when are we going to put a stop to it? When are we going to say enough's enough? And you know, like honestly, it's when people make fun of New Jersey, that's what we're making fun of. PSEG, it's what they do.
Real quick, you realize PSEG is not a Jersey thing, right? Like, it's a government
National.
run
I'm all in
organization.
Yeah.
Jersey. I see them a lot in Jersey.
Yeah, you see them on every
mean-
country because again, it is a government run organization. But
Yeah. That's
Because
you were
you
talking
live
about
in New
government
Jersey, man.
conspiracies.
That's
That's an actual government conspiracy.
what that PSEG cuts people's power on purpose to
Yeah.
maintain its grip over the
Yeah.
power. So
I mean, they've been making some noise on my block for a minute, PSEG, but at the same time, it's badly timed too. Sometimes I'll come home at night and power's gonna be cut off, and I'm getting in the house trying to go to sleep, and I can't even see where to go. That's some bad stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like New Jersey is the densest state in America. They have a lot of ground to cover and a lot of people to serve. So maybe, just maybe, we should cut them a little slack.
I
all I'm gonna
agree.
say.
All right, let's move on.
And I just want to be clear, PSANG, and if you want to sponsor us, Yeah, that would be great. We'll cut you all the slack. Don't
that's
worry
fine.
about it. Don't mention it.
Look, as you know, I'm open to everyone's opinions all the time, but this is just one of the very few things I'm not willing to keep my ears open on.
So what if
So, but
PSEG just
if you
somehow asked to sponsor the podcast for some reason? Fox, would you
Yeah,
decline?
because it's a
How
classic.
much money would they? How much money would they have to
It's
offer? you?
classic. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. They're
I agree.
trying to keep
And I'm
me
just saying,
close. If they offer,
PSEG,
they offer, I
PSEG,
want
if you
them.
need
I
them
need
quiet, we
that
got you.
distance.
We got you.
I need to
We have
keep
a
them at a distance. That's how they don't get me.
And thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. Thank you, Jack Perry, for coming on. You're gonna be shout out what you're doing, your live stream. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly shout out. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be live streaming directly from the NBA draft at the Barclays Center next Thursday, July 29th. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be throwing down. I'm gonna be giving you live draft coverage from the scene. And yeah, I just want to shout out with my man Jonah Trout. We're gonna both be there.
Oh, really?
Some good live draft coverage.
Shout out your Instagram. What's your
JP,
Instagram?
how much for tickets?
Tickets I got them for around 100.
What was this? What was
That's
this?
not bad.
This is
Draft.
the NBA draft.
Oh, you're gonna be there. I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Where
My
is it?
Instagram, my handle is
Barclays Center.
my Instagram handle is Jack G Perry and Parry, not Pearry. I'm not a fruit.
Sounds good. Wait, where is it being taken place?
Barclays Center.
All right. Anyway, so follow Jack's Instagram. Follow our Instagram at Watt.podcast. We have good photoshops, and a link for the podcast is in the bio if you want to listen to past episodes or just subscribe. And our podcast is everywhere but Amazon, and you can subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when the new episode is out. Usually summertime, it's a bit, we slack off a little bit. I won't lie, but usually, especially after summertime, it comes out Saturdays and Sundays, the podcast. So look forward to that. This has been episode 69. Also, Twitter is watt.podcast, WOT.PODCAST, same as the Instagram with a capital W. And there you have Dan Fox sometimes when he's not lazy retweeting. Plus, we also know when the new podcast is out. So you can do that as well. YouTube, who's on top, WHO_SONTOP. Subscribe, all that good stuff with YouTube. We don't usually post full podcast there, but we post highlights and you can see all our sexy faces. Think that might be it. Yeah, I think that might be it with the announcements. Jacob, Jeremy, any
No.
All right.
No.
So with that, hope you had a good week. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe.
You
Stay
don't
healthy.
need us to
And
interrupt you.
sorry, stay safe.
You're on us interrupting, Ellis. We haven't said anything this time.
Stay safe. Oh, vaccines out. Dan really wants me to
Vaccines
say
out,
that
yeah,
always.
of course.
Put on suntan lotion, drink your
I
water.
was thinking we could finally put the vaccines out to bed, but no, it's still out.
No, Dan wants me to continue it but it's still out there for people whose people still want it. Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.
Bye.